What's up, faders? Welcome to yet another action-packed episode of Got Faded Japan, and I am your host, Johnny. And as you fine folks know, Got Faded Japan is about two dudes, booze, Japan, and the news. And I have to explain some things, faders, before we talk about episode number 673. Today, I am not getting faded because today I have a stomach problem. I have an issue with my stomach, and so I am doing a taste test of two non-alcoholic beers here in Japan. And I am pretty sure that they're both going to suck. I'm pretty sure. But I've got Asahi Dry Zero. And I got a big boy of this. And I also have Suntory all-free beer. And this one's actually kind of cool because it's got a picture of, what is it? Is that yakiniku?
It's hard to say. You know, I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat yak. But it looks like
they've
meat. Got a little barbecue on the table. And how would you... So the listeners, they want to get a good look. Is that
the viewers,
the viewers, the listeners? We don't want to exclude
the
anybody.
faders.
Yeah, but is that like? Have you ever had like yakiniku at home?
Yeah, you can do that.
And like the little barbecue.
Yeah. My wife's parents do that sometimes. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I prefer doing it at a restaurant, though. But
sure.
Faders, if you haven't noticed, yes, Jeremy and Tom are not here in this episode. They're both doing family things because it's the holidays. We're kind of in this buffer zone between the holidays. Christmas is over. Today's the 27th, and New Year's Eve is coming up. So, this is going to be the last episode of the year, and we're here with a special guest, an old co-host that's back in black. He's here like a motherfucking heart attack. This guy is getting his fade on. We're here with Fader Sean, King Otaku. Sean, welcome to the show again.
Hey, hello. Hi, Johnny. Long time no potting, but we still keep in contact and keep in touch.
That's right. Hell yeah, we still get faded together every so often.
Can I show the viewers how do you pull tab top? I know you featured this on Got Faded Japan before, but this is like harkening back to old school where you, and for those of you listening at home,
the beer, got a can of beer,
got a can of beer, Asahi Super Dry, and so it's a pull tab, but like you pull off the entire tab.
The top, just comes right off.
Yeah, so
it's weird.
You could just pour it down your gullet.
Yeah, it's really weird. Hey, you're closer to the door. Can you open that?
John, you want to go?
She wants to go in the other room.
Yeah,
she wants to just leave it open like that. That's totally cool. Yeah, she's good. Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Come on back, buddy.
Yeah, she'll come back later. But yeah, so that's kind of a cool beer. And the best thing about this beer, other than the can, is that this is the original formula of Asahi Super Dry. So if you're still interested in the old formula, which I am, that's the beer to drink. Don't drink the other one, the Asahi Super Dry. That's the new formula, and some people love it.
Kind of like new. You think it's like new Coke?
It is new Coke. Some people like it. Or Pepsi Crystal Pepsi. Yeah. But,
Crystal Pepsi, yeah.
Crystal Pepsi, yeah. Clear Pepsi. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was. Did you ever drink that?
Everybody did.
I never had it.
Well, I had it, you know. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I'm not really a Pepsi fan. But anyway, speaking of Asahi, I'm gonna open up the Asahi Dry Zero. It's 0.000% alcohol, which means nothing, and apparently 0 calories too. So this is good for the diet. Yeah, there you go. 0 kilocalories. It's pretty good.
Well, I guess. I mean,
it just means
how do they
water.
do that?
I don't know. It's just water. Maybe somebody. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah. It tastes like malt. You know, have you ever made beer before?
No.
Okay, all right. When you make beer, you've got the malt, right?
The malts.
Yeah, the malt's like the flavor, right? That the hops. It's not really hoppy at all, but this tastes like malt with water, like watery malt. It's not great. It's not bad. It is what it is. I don't know.
Well, you're only one sip in. You got, like, with the real beer, you got to take a few sips and...
It's,
All right.
it's got some bubbles.
Right.
There's bubbles in there. You know what? I mean, I much rather drink a beer, you know, and if I go to a bar and I'm driving or something, I would drink maybe tea, oolong cha or something, or maybe ginger ale. I wouldn't
When
drink
was
this.
the last time you ever drove to a bar here in Japan?
I've got a driver's license, but
I know,
I've never driven.
See,
I've never driven to a bar. But
It's
you
like
can't.
theoretically, that's.
But you can't ride a bicycle and drink alcohol now. They extended the what you call it, penalty. If you get busted riding your bike after having at least 1 or 2 beers and shit, dude, you could go to prison.
Well, can I tell you one bike story?
Is it incriminating?
Well, no, I mean
I wouldn't touch that flame if I were you, man.
So the one time I got stopped by a cop riding my bike. So I had 3.
Hold my beer while
This
I show
was
you my
in
beer.
this this was in Koenji, and the cops in Koenji, they're used to dealing with drunks. They deal with drunks. That's probably their main job in Koenji.
Yeah.
Koenji is sort of known as a drinking town.
It is.
And people
rock.
like to party, punk rock. People like to have a good time. So I'm riding my bike. I'm fucking drunk.
Oh shit!
I've got my headphones on.
Supposedly you're driving your bike or riding your bike. Allegedly, you possibly may have had a drink. We don't know. It's you can't prove it.
I was drunk.
No,
I
you
had
didn't.
headphones on.
Oh, you're breaking all the rules.
And I didn't have a light on.
Oh man!
So
3 strikes and you're out.
They stopped me, and I didn't have my bicycle license either. The bike was a gift from a friend. I'm just like, hey, look, no, I don't have the bicycle license. I'm drunk.
You told me you're drunk.
I don't think my Japanese was good enough at the time, but they could tell, and they're just like, hey, take off the headphones, turn on the light, and be careful. And that was it. Okay, and they let me ride home.
Those are some good cops.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good little, but, I gave my they ask you for your residence card. I gave my residence card. Go menasai,
They're thinking about the paperwork.
Takusan biru nonda. I drank, and, so I'm laughing, they're laughing, and then, okay, just go home.
That would never happen in this neighborhood.
Well.
This neighborhood, you go away. Koenji, another reason to love Koenji. We love Koenji.
That's,
Koenji's awesome.
I love it.
I love it there too. Yeah, it's great.
Do you remember that time we got in an argument about
Koenji and Nakamura.
whose town was better?
That's after 12 beers
We were
each.
smashed, and we're just like,
Koenji's better.
and people were in the pizza parlor were like, what are you guys?
You guys
fucking,
gotta
are you guys
Nobody
fucking
cares.
idiots?
Yeah, no, we were dumb.
We were dumb. Yeah.
Speaking of dumb, all right, I'm drinking non-alcoholic beer because I'm driving. No, I'm joking. No, I'm drinking non-alcoholic beer. Actually, this tastes like shit, dude. It really does. I tried to give it a shot. Oh, gosh, yeah. I'll drink it, but... Ugh. But it's because I have... this is a funny story. All right, about a week and a half ago, I had this incredibly horrible stomach pain, dude. I felt like I got shot in the stomach with a shotgun. Blammo, right? And I was in, mega pain. It was on a Sunday, right? Now, Saturday and Sundays, all the doctor's offices are closed, right? The only thing that's open is what you call emergency rooms. And if you go to emergency room, you're going to be waiting there from anywhere from 5 to 10 hours just to get seen, because that's the place where everybody goes. You got a sore throat, you go there. You got a runny nose, you go there. You break your arm, you go there. It's crazy. So anyway, I decided not to go to the emergency room. I just bit the bullet and I just suffered the pain. And then the next day I went to the local doctor. Local doctor gave me some medicine. And
can I pause the story?
Sure, go for it.
What do you, so it's big stomach ache. What do you, what's the Japanese, U.S. we take Pepto-Bismol maybe to fucking calm down. What the heck do you take in Japan?
Whiskey.
Right. A couple of highballs.
And you're good, man. I was drinking that shit like fucking nobody's business. No, I just fucking bit the bullet and just suffered the pain, man. I was like, what the fuck is
You
this?
didn't even try to medicated or
I had nothing. I couldn't leave the house. I
right,
felt so
but
ill.
you're not a single dude, bro. You got a wife. She could buy you some
She was working anyway, but I just bit the bullet and stuff. But it felt like I had a twin brother somewhere in the planet that was being tortured or some shit. It was weird. But anyway, so the next day...
Johnny, that's a toxic masculinity, bro, and you're just hurting yourself with that.
Probably. So, toxic masculinity. Shut the fuck up. Now, the thing is, it's just like, whatchamacallit, the next day I went to the doctors, gave me some medicine. That worked down for a couple of days. After that, had the pain again. Went to the hospital, right? And I went to a gastrologist, like a stomach doctor. Went in there and shit, and the guy spoke a little bit of English.
What did they say? What do they call it in Japanese?
Now, that's where the story gets interesting.
All right, yeah.
I go in there, they touch my stomach a little bit to see if my appendix exploded. I got a towel here for you.
All right, it is. Yeah.
And anyway, fucking they take my blood, and they go through all my blood results and shit, right? And they're like, oh, listen, we can't really tell what it is, but we think we know. And I'm like, okay, well, what is it? You know? And the guy goes, you have clitoris. I'm like, clitoris? He's like, yeah, you've got clitoris in your stomach. And I'm like, I've never had a clitoris in my stomach before. And he's like, yeah, you're going to have to take all these pills. So I'm on like, what, 4 different kind of pills and painkillers because I have clitoris, right? Now, my sister's kind of an MD. She went to medical school. And so I called her up the next day just to get some more information about clitoris, right?
So couldn't you Google it, dude? Like,
no, I did Google it, right? I Googled it. And
you Googled clitoris.
Yes, I Googled clitoris, and I found the clit. But the thing is, so I of course I Googled it, but I wanted to talk to my sister. I'm like, listen, I got this intestinal stomach kind of like bacteria infection thing or whatever, and it's really painful and stuff. And she goes, it's not called clitoris, it's called colitis. But in Japanese, the I is it, so it's clitoris here. But in English, it's colitis.
Colitis.
Yeah. I thought the doctor called me a big pussy. Well, he kind of did.
So you told your sister.
He pointed at my stomach. He said clitoris. I'm like, oh no.
So you told your sister you're shitting your guts out.
No, I wasn't shitting at all. No.
What?
No. It's just like a pain. Like, no, everything else is fine. Dude, it felt like you...
I mean, that almost sounds better than, like,
I'd rather
shitting your guts out.
I'd rather shit my guts out than this pain. It was horrific, dude. Oh, my God. But the good thing is I lost a lot of weight, dude. I think I lost, like, fucking 5 pounds, which is, like, 35 kilos or something. 1,000,000 kilos!
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not sure, you know.
But anyway, yeah, so I can't drink alcohol for another...
That's what the doctor said, or you just like...
No, that's what the
set
doctor...
a resolution for yourself.
Fuck, no, I would never do that, dude. Are you kidding me? I did sober October... No, I did sober September a couple of times.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucked. But there's no way I'm going to be like, I'm not drinking until New Year's.
You should do that in January, because everybody's drinking a lot in Japan in December, right? So that would...
Oh, no. No, well, I mean, no, I'm not supposed to drink for my stomach. I can't drink.
Right. I know.
I can't have greasy food or oily food.
Right.
Fucking, today I had two eggs and a vitamin drink that you saw.
How about a vegan meal? Well, that would probably be pretty good for you.
Yeah, actually it would. Yeah, I think
a lot of good vegan meat places here in Nakameguro. It's pretty oshade, as they say.
Super stylish and very expensive. I had a friend that worked at a vegetarian restaurant in Omotesando.
Oh, what was that? What was the name of that?
I don't know. She never told me, but she's
there. Like, I don't want you to come around here.
Well, I eat meat, so.
Sure,
but anyway,
not everyone who's, you could, if you eat meat, you could. Sorry, it's implied to burp on the air. You eat meat, you could go to a vegan or vegetarian place every once in a while. Like, you don't need to.
Yeah. No, I know. I had in Amsterdam, the last time I went there on business.
When was that? Like
4 years ago. But I went to a
that's
vegan...
the last time you ate a vegetarian meal?
No, I went to a vegan restaurant. I had vegan sushi.
In San Francisco, there's a sort of vegan Japanese restaurant called Shizen, which means nature. And,
is it the one on Geary?
It might. It's
like in the basement.
This was it. No.
Okay, all right. Who cares?
This was in the Mission. Anyway.
In the Mission?
Yeah.
Oh, the Mission's nice now. When I lived in San Francisco, the Mission was fucked up.
Mission's pretty nice, dude. Yeah. That's a very hip place. So, they had a vegan sushi. So it's not. I don't know if Jiro would approve of that, but...
No, he wouldn't. But, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I mean, then again, the texture was fine from what I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's
go for a vegetarian or vegan meal sometime, Johnny.
Yeah, I would love to do that. That'd be great.
There's a lot of places just in your neighborhood.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I'll definitely have to do that. Yeah, it's better than having 2 eggs a day. But fucking starvation diet, dude. I'm looking pretty good, man. High school body.
All right, yeah, well.
Oh man, dude, it's so fucking good to have. Well, I wish having kind of near beers with you. Here, cheers.
Yeah, come by. That wasn't the plan, right? We're gonna get toasted.
We were supposed to get fucking really drunk tonight.
Man. I mean,
I was gonna get a bottle of whiskey.
No.
Oh, blast these guts! Oh man.
Well, it's good to see you too, buddy. It's I haven't seen you since the exhibition.
It was a great show.
It was good. It was a good show, good time.
Yeah.
A couple days later, I came down with COVID, which is probably totally unrelated to the exhibition. But
I think you're the only one that got it. Probably because you're kissing homeless people.
Well, it's not a lot of I
just joking.
I start with a kiss and then I
work your way up or down.
I like sucking homeless folks' toes. That's what I'm into.
Hey, man, you got to make a living. Oh, man. Speaking of making a living.
That's not a way to make. Well, actually, it is a good analogy because a homeless person doesn't have any money to pay you. And
I thought you paid them. Like Basketball Diaries.
That's exactly how that works. And, if you're talking about comic books, we're not.
Well, I was going to get it.
It is not really.
It's not a segue.
It's a segue, but like. It's the wrong business to get into if you want to make a living, but
comic books are sacking off.
But no, you're not going to make a living. It's just for the art.
The art of it.
Art for art's sake.
Yeah,
but
I think I saw that in RedTube.
RedTube? What? No, what's that?
It's just before Pornhub. But anyway.
Those. What are the kids like you up to? What do you like for the online porn choices these days, Johnny?
Absolutely, YouTube. No, I don't know. TikTok probably. I have no idea. I have no idea what the fucking kids do these days, man. I'm too fucking busy for that shit.
All right.
Man.
Wait, you're too busy to jerk off?
Dude, have you seen my studio over there and all the fucking commission work I gotta do?
Well, yeah, all right, sure. But come on, man. Are you saying you don't eat? You don't fucking tug one out in the shower every once in a while, Johnny?
Not for the show. All right, we're gonna get into the show right now because we're here to talk to you about your comic book. Your main line of business. All right,
that's not my. All right, but
it's not your line. You should say it is.
Well, I mean,
it's the art of attraction.
The thing that I sort of build my life around is writing. I'm the co-creator of a comic book.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've had you on the show, I think, 2 times to talk about the comic book.
It was a long time
ago. And we've got a lot of...
You don't invite me on very often, dude. It's like during the week when there's...
You asked me, like, dude, can I be on the show, please?
Dude, well, it's like during the slowest month of the year when there's no co-host.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Sean...
I didn't say that. All right. Anyway, all right. There's a lot of new faders, you bastard. I want to tell them and introduce them to your comic book. First up, I got some questions.
All right. Good. Oh, what?
I actually do prepare for the show.
Wait.
All right. What is Dose, and tell us all about it.
Dose, science fiction, superhero noir, meta drug, kaiju sex, ultraviolence comic. So, that's sort of the elevator pitch.
So what's the difference between that and A Clockwork Orange?
Well, I mean, Clockwork Orange is directed by a master director in Stanley Kubrick, and
that's right.
Dose is sort of created by a couple of highly enthusiastic auteurs, let's say.
No, I think you guys know your shit. You guys know more about comics than most people. So for you guys to team up and make this comic book, it's quite impressive. And I've read the first couple of issues, and it's really great. I think it's a great comic. I think the art is amazing. The storyline is fantastic. You're doing it with a very, very, very well-established artist, John Gabbia.
An old friend of yours, right, Johnny?
I've known him since like the 90s, yeah.
Right. And actually, like, I know you via John, right? And
John and Marlon.
Yeah, remember
those
when
guys.
we came out to Japan and
I showed you guys around.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
Yeah.
Fun fact, that's it's like Johnny sort of introduced us to the sort of, I don't want to say underground Tokyo, slightly underground, but like the shit dark, you don't do as a tourist for the most part, going to like cool bars, staying out all night drinking, meeting cool people, like doing things off the beaten path. And eventually that's sort of what led me to move out here, is going to those sort of experiences. And I mean, I love the culture, and being an otaku is, it's a wonderful place to be if you have otaku interests. So.
And you do.
I do.
Awesome, man. Okay, and so let's see, what inspired you and John to make Dose?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for John, though he is a great friend of mine, but, making comics is like a lifelong dream for me. So if you talk to 15-year-old Sean Ellis, like, hey, but that was sort of maybe a someday I want to make a comic book, and but at that time when I was 15 years old, there wasn't such an indie comic book scene so much, or it was a lot less DIY orientated. So
Wait. This is like in the 90s, right?
well,
What about like
15-year-old Sean exists in the 80s.
Okay, but like, I mean, wasn't there like Ralph Snart?
Yeah,
Wasn't that like
well,
milk and,
I mean, there
milk and
was
cheese?
sure, but there's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But
yeah,
in terms of the
Mirage.
shit that I really loved, I
Mirage.
still loved like Marvel and DC. So your dream is sort of to write the X-Men someday, or work for Marvel, or work for DC. But it was really just sort of wanting to have my own comic book. So,
it's a dream come true.
in a sense, yes.
Awesome. And so you guys have been working together for quite a while, for a couple of years now. And
Sure.
What issue you're on? You're on issue like 6, right?
Well, we're on issue 6. We're
Yeah.
currently crowdfunding issue number 5 on Kickstarter.
Okay, cool. We'll talk about that in a
All
minute.
right, okay. So
you guys have been working together quite well and
Sure.
doing a lot of work. I mean,
Sure,
it's not
sure.
easy to make a comic book. Not at all.
Well, it's easy to make a shitty comic book.
Well, yeah.
We're trying to
or
make
zine.
a good one, and well, I don't want to disrespect zines, because zines can be.
I used to sell zines.
Well, did you made your own zines?
I never did.
right.
Did I?
I don't know.
Kinda. Well, that's a different story. No, I used to
All
work
right,
at,
all right.
I was the night manager of Harold's International Newsstand in San Francisco on Geary and Jones.
Okay, and they had zines there.
Oh, we had shit tons of zines. Yeah, I
Interesting,
loved Maximum
interesting.
Rock and Roll. That was great.
That's sort of it. That's like Zine Plus, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. But, I mean, still, we had tons of cool shit.
Sure.
Murder can be fun. Yeah, which is also
I didn't
a
mean
comic book.
I didn't mean to step on your toes. But
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
trying
no.
to say is, like, there can be, there could be some crappy zines, but to make a good zine is not easy as well.
Yeah, it's true. It's
So
true.
that's a whole other art form unto itself. So.
Yeah. Well, the difference between back in the day and now is like Photoshop and Microsoft Word. And now there's like no misspellings or less. Back in the day, you're like, who wrote? Is this gibberish?
Well, right,
Is this
right,
Canadian
right,
English?
Right,
No, I'm
right,
joking.
right. Well, you might have even had to like typeset that stuff, right?
Probably. So my next question is,
Right.
what is
Yeah,
your
sure.
creative process? You're the writer, and John is he's the artist. He does like all the artwork.
He's also the co-creator.
Co-creator, of course. Yeah. So what is the creative process? Like, how do you guys like gel together?
Yeah, well, there's, like creating comic books, there's no one way to create a comic book, and like the process for us has sort of evolved,
Yeah.
and we've found what works best, or how we want to work together, or what we think works best, and there's a few sort of different styles to create a comic book, right?
So what's your style?
Well, in the early days,
Guess we don't need the candle now.
well, it just sort of brightened up here.
Yeah, we've got some issues in this apartment.
Well, that's all right.
I'm gonna blow out the candle.
All right, yeah.
What the shit?
There's something called Marvel style, right?
Oh, the Marvel way of making comics. Right?
Well,
Isn't
it's
that
sort
a
of
book?
that is a book by Stanley and John Buscema, who's the sort of artist on that. That's sort of an art book, how to draw comics, sort of the Marvel way. But Marvel style is like, and it was sort of maybe created by Stanley and Jack Kirby, or Stanley and Steve Ditko. It's a very loose script, right? And, in hindsight, people sort of say, like, Stanley was sort of dumping the work, the majority of the work of creating the comic book onto the artist, right?
I could see that.
Because it's like a very sort of loose outline. The artist takes the sort of loose outline. It wouldn't even be a script. They sort of interpret the outline, draw it out, and then Stan Lee would come and other writers after him and would dialogue it. All right, so that was very early Marvel style, and I think when we started Dose, we tried to do it like that.
Yeah.
Right, but it's sort of a very loose way to create a comic book, and I'm not sure that it's the right way to, again, there's no right way to create comic books, but I'm not sure, our comic's very dense, and it's got, like, I don't want to,
It's got a heavy story too.
well, it's got having a sort of very open plot is maybe, not exactly what we wanted. Or, you look at comics from the 60s and 70s, it's very text heavy, right? There's a lot of text. And part of that is because, like, the dialogue guy had to come in and sort of over-explain things. They'd be very verbose, or there's narration boxes explaining to the reader what's happening. And that was, in my opinion, sort of a byproduct of that style of creating comics, right? You had to, something had to be explained via dialogue, or a narration caption had to explain something, and
I think I got an example of that.
you might,
over there.
you might, sure.
I got like 80 of them over there. It's like
Sure.
reading the Bible, half of them.
Well, yeah, some of it was very text heavy, and like looking back on like comics from the 60s and 70s, don't get me wrong, I love them, but they can be a bit laborious to read, right?
Of course.
So, anyway, and I was sort of learning how to write comics as well, like, let's try this way out. Okay, let's do that. And, as we've
Evolved.
produced a couple of issues or evolved creatively, I sort of adopted writing full scripts, and I don't know, I'm not going to speak for John, but I think that works better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
so, but from the writing perspective, writing a full script takes a lot more time and energy, and so, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Did that answer your question?
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next question.
All
Okay,
right.
how has living in Japan influenced your creativity?
Yeah.
Get her out of there.
No,
No, she's not supposed to.
all right.
God,
It's good. How does living in Japan influence the comic? Well,
and your creativity.
moving to Japan, for me, it was the best thing to happen to the comic, and it's sort of like I could sort of a lot of distractions got left behind, and I could sort of come to Japan and sort of devote myself to, writing the comic and being creative. And a lot of things sort of get left behind, I guess, for me personally.
I'm sure, but don't you have like more distractions? Like, you love comics, you love otaku culture, you love Japanese food, you love Japanese, like, everything, right? The people, the weather, everything. So the thing is, it's just like here, although you have been living here for quite a few years, aren't you more distracted? There's like always something happening in Tokyo. Like tonight, I know there's like 3 parties happening.
There is always something happening in Tokyo. Yeah. That's what I love about it. That's what you love about it, I know. But, like, for me, like, writing the comic, it's fucking work. And, like, I got to go to the cafe, and I got to put my time in. And the less time and effort I put in, the shittier the less work I'm going to get done. So it's really about work, sitting down in front of the computer or sitting down with a notebook and writing ideas down and getting this stuff out. So, but sort of after I moved to Japan, it was sort of like I became a lot more focused. The sort of comic came into fruition while I was out here. So basically Japan and Tokyo has influenced the comic dramatically. Well, yeah, and the
lifestyle, the action, the electricity in the city, possibly even the fashion.
Sure. And I mean, when we came out with, when John was out here and we'd hang out, Tokyo's a major influence on the comic, just aesthetically, stylistically, visually. John adapted a lot of things from Tokyo and, like, put it into the comics. So.
Yeah. I mean, some of the scenes from the comic kind of look like Blade Runner. You know? Blade Runner, the first one, was influenced by Tokyo dramatically.
Sure, and what else? Or even, like, you go out on the street and, like, the electrical system in Tokyo is different. It's all, like,
hanging from the...
Yeah, there's all kinds of wires hanging down, and, like, people, like Japanese people, which I'm sort of proud to say, will look at the comic, they're like, this is Tokyo, and it's like, like, the way these fucking wires are hanging down and shit, that is, and that definitely inspired the comic and the aesthetics, and that's what John wanted to capture.
It's awesome. You did a really good job at that. Tell me about the Comic-Cons. You guys both have been doing a lot of Comic-Cons in Asia and in the United States.
Well, John has been sort of working his ass off, going across the U.S., going to Comic-Cons or comic conventions all around the U.S.
I'm so jealous. They look like so much fun.
Yeah.
A lot of work,
They are fun, and they're a lot of work. So John's been doing that for, like, the last year.
Yeah.
Whereas here in Tokyo, things just started to open up a few months ago, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And so I was able to do my first ComicCon at, my first big ComicCon was Tokyo ComicCon here last November.
Yeah, so, you get to meet Ed Piskor, dude.
I chatted with Big Ed a bit, his booth was a few stalls down from mine, so
no shit.
So wow. I could sort of go over there and chat with him for a bit.
Yeah, and, I love his comics.
Super nice guy.
Really
was
cool.
Very cordial. The other guy that I loved talking to was Jeff Darrow.
Mm-hmm.
From he's done a number of fantastic comics such as Rusty and the Big Guy. Hard Boiled, and I think his current project is Shaolin Cowboy by Dark Horse. I'm a little buzzed. I could be. I believe that's the title. Mm-hmm. But Darrow is just like a master illustrator. He's next level. Mm-hmm. on the level of Mobius and
what?
He's
Whoa!
Darrow.
Hey! Mobius is on his own level. That guy's on cloud 9, dude.
Well, Darrow and Mobius, from what I understand, were like friends. So, I would maybe put Darrow on that level.
I got a couple of Mobius comics in the back over there too. No, Mobius, dude. Oh, dude.
So
if he was alive right now, could you imagine what his style would be like? Holy shit! That's the guy that basically took off like fucking heavy metal.
Well, yeah, I mean heavy metal.
He put it on the map.
Sure. Metal Hurlant, as it was known in
France. Yeah,
in France. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy smokes! How have the Comic-Cons benefited Dose?
Well, it's John's been out on the road selling a lot of comics, and
good.
John's been making his own toys as well, Gumimon toys.
I want to buy some of those.
Well, I've got some in Japan here, Johnny. So, so he's been out on the road selling comics, selling toys, and making a lot of good connections. And Tokyo Comic-Con was my first big convention.
It's a big convention,
it's pretty big.
It was massive.
So it's at a place called Makuhari Messe.
Yep.
And
it's up on Saitama.
Yes, and it's a super huge venue. So I was a little intimidated. I didn't even know about Tokyo Comic-Con.
Really?
Until like a month and a half before.
Really?
Yeah, and so...
How'd you get in?
So, Mark Jackson? I think he's a sort of...
I know Mark.
Yeah. He's a mutual friend. He throws parties at the Ruby Room.
Yeah. I'm going to go to his David Bowie party in 2 weeks.
Okay, I think I'm going to hit like a party of his in a couple of days at the Ruby Room on the 29th.
Probably Berlin, but yeah.
Yeah, it's Berlin-esque, I think.
Yeah.
And usually,
Mark's great.
Mark's a
Awesome
very
guy.
nice guy. But I just happened to be in Ruby Room. Hey, buddy, what's going on? And I think he brought up Tokyo Comic-Con. He's like, are you going to Comic-Con? I was like, what? There's Comic-Con coming up? Because I had checked on it a few months previous, and there was no word on it. So I was like, oh, fuck, I got to apply. I applied, and lucky enough, I was able to get accepted.
Wow.
And so Tokyo Comic-Con has a little bit of... Their rules are sort of different than usual Comic-Cons in Japan.
For example...
All right, so... for example...
I don't know.
Tokyo, comic conventions in Japan often feature doujinshi.
Okay.
So, and if you're not familiar with what doujinshi are, they are fan-made comics, okay? So, it could be a fan-made comic of Batman and Robin. And so, that's fine. But, doujinshi can often be, boys love Batman and Robin. And, Batman and Robin are lovers. And they're, making out and
I saw
doing
the
sexy
Ninja
stuff.
Turtle ones. Where
Yeah,
the Ninja Turtles are all gay.
Ed Pisker's been posting a lot of that stuff online recently. So, yeah, it's
Turtle love.
boys love versions of any comic imaginable. Whether it's Dragon Ball or Full Metal Alchemist or whatever you can think of.
Wait, are they really, really dirty? Because you can get away with a lot of stuff in comics that you can in anime or manga.
Well, it's...
Or not manga, but not movies.
In Japan, censorship, you can't show sort of any penetration,
But in the comics, if they're underground, you kind of can, right?
I don't know the rules on that. So, there are huge... I guess there's a big market for this stuff, but Comic-Ket or Comic-K, which is held twice a year at Tokyo Big Sight, that is an entire convention which is basically based on doujinshi.
I want to go.
It's a lot. Yeah, I've been. I tabled that.
Really?
Yeah, but my dose was not doujinshi, but we had a sort of we printed it up. We got the comic translated, printed up in Japanese, sold some comics there. That was my first experience, right? So, but Tokyo Comic-Con does not allow doujinshi.
Really?
So, because Tokyo Comic-Con's got like
Marvel,
Marvel, DC,
stuff,
big sponsors, they don't want doujinshi made of their characters. So
they don't want that.
They
don't want that.
They had a very
Marvel is pissed.
Well, it's weird because I used to think that doujinshi were like
tributes.
Right? Well, it's a tribute or an homage, but functioning in this gray area. But allegedly, they're absolutely legal because like Comic Cat gives everyone who tables there a 1-day license.
Oh, okay.
To do whatever. So it's like it's
to do whatever.
Like
right?
you can use whatever company's characters. You have a 1-day license. You can sell those comics. It's not illegal. But Tokyo Comic-Con does not allow doujinshi in any way, shape, or form, and they have a very sort of stringent process to weed all doujinshi out. And since Dos is not doujinshi and it followed all the rules, we could get accepted on short notice.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Did that answer the question?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like, okay, guy, just shut up already.
Yeah. Long story short.
Long story longer.
Okay. All right. Well, that definitely answered maybe 10 of my questions. Whoa! Look at all this. Hey, what's up? I'm Johnny, aka the SPILT Ink, the one and only, and today I'm going to make a popsicle painting. I'm really excited to do this. I've got all my paints here. It takes about this much paint to make a popsicle painting, and I've got my 2 other most important ingredients: very strong hot coffee. Oh, actually, that's not that hot, but still, it's strong coffee. And I've got punk rock music. With these 2 things, nothing could go wrong. All right, with that said, let's rock. That wanted to start making a comic book.
That's a good question. Well, I mean,
don't do it.
It's definitely a labor of love. You're probably not going to make any money, or
it's like podcasting.
If you if you're trying to get into it and thinking that this is going to be something that's profitable for you, it's probably not. But that being said, someone who wants to make a comic, that's something they have maybe dreamed about doing and wanted to do for a long time. So, like, you're going to sort of maybe fulfill some of your long-held dreams, and not only are you not going to make money, you're probably going to have to put a fair amount of money into it. So, yeah, but fucking go for it, Like, for me, not making a comic book is going to be a regret I would have for my entire life.
Yeah.
So, but making a comic book feels fucking good,
Sure it does, yeah.
And
you got shirts, you got all sorts of merch now.
We've got shirts, we've got toys.
Yeah, you had you had a Dos party in a sub store in Koenji about 2 months ago, and the place was packed with people. You had DJs in there, you sold a bunch of stuff, people are buying all your shirts. Yeah, I think you guys are doing a really good job.
We feel like we're finally starting to pick up some traction, which feels good.
Yeah.
Can I take a piss real quick, Johnny? Can we put it on pause?
There is no pause.
Well, come on. Come on.
You can take a piss and actually see that third button right there? Click that third button and turn this light off. It keeps on going on and off or whatever.
Well,
it's crazy.
it's a...
So, while you do that, I'm just going to hang out with the faders.
All right. Sorry, fader.
Oh, thank you very much. No, just turn it off. Yeah, turn it off. Yeah, keep it off.
Right. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. Everything's breaking in this apartment. This apartment's super old for Tokyo. What's up, faders? How's it going out there? It's your boy Johnny, as you know. Right about now, I'm probably going to put in the commercials, but before I do that, I just want to give you a heads up. Yeah, the Asahi Super Dry Zero tastes pretty bad. Out of 1 through 10, I would give this maybe a 4. But you know what? It tastes a whole lot better than this other can that I opened up, which is the Suntory All Free. This also is 0.00% alcohol, which means there's no alcohol in here. And also, this is 0 calorie. Actually, that's kind of a cool thing about these, is that there's like absolutely no calories, which is kind of weird because if there's no sugar, no calories, how come there's like taste and flavor? What is this, like grass drink? It kind of tastes like a grass drink. The All Free Suntory, yeah, it tastes like wheat. Like basically somebody took wheat, they put it in water, and they just left it there for a week. That's basically what this tastes like. It doesn't taste like beer at all. Not at all. The one thing that the Asahi Super Dry Zero has over the Suntory All Free is that it does have better carbonation. So when you drink it, you kind of have like the sensation of drinking a beer. It does kind of have that that tongue feel, I guess, or the feel on the tongue, whatever. The Suntory.
On the tongue.
The feel on the tongue, was that it? I don't know. But yeah, the Suntory doesn't have that at all. This feels like flat Coke, if anything.
Flat Coke.
Flat soda.
Dude, can we turn that off?
You want to turn that off?
Yeah.
Are you too hot?
Yeah, dude, you're blasting me out here.
Oh, yeah. Dude, fucking, I get cold, man. I've got thin blood, man. So this is like 26. You want me to put on 25?
No, like...
Turn it off?
Yeah, or
turn off
20.
20? I'm not going to put on 20. I might as well turn it off.
Well, let's see.
It's like 3 degrees outside.
It's cold out, but like...
Cold out there. So anyway...
It don't make it any warmer outside if you're blasting the heater on the inside.
Well, I don't care about the outside. I'm on the inside. Drink your beer and shut the fuck up. I mean, actually, don't shut the fuck up. I got a question.
All right,
okay,
here.
So, all right.
Well, that's good because I've got a 1-hour answer to that question.
I'm sure you do, but that's good. People love it. Okay, so, all right, what is your favorite Japanese comic and Japanese comic author?
Well, all right, so that's an...
She's going to go crazy.
Sorry, Jaja. My favorite Japanese manga of all time is Lone Wolf and Cub. And I still can't, no matter how many, Kozuri Okami, Lone Wolf and Cub, it's a samurai series from the 70s. It also sort of is categorized as Geikiga, so it's not just manga, but Geikiga is sort of a genre of manga when manga started to become more serious, more adult-orientated, and it wasn't... The authors were trying to elevate the art form, and so this is real samurai shit, well researched. There's also 6 films devoted to Lone Wolf and Cub. The 6th film, and Tarantino sort of references these films in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Though it's called like. They call it Samurai Assassin or Shogun Assassin. They don't reference it as, like... They reference the American dubbed version and not Lone Wolf and Cub. Mm-hmm. So that's sort of a minor plot point in Kill Bill, but these fucking samurai movies are incredible. Some people refer to these as samurai splatter because, like, the head gets chopped off and, like... blood is squirting all over.
Wait, let me just confirm. So this is actually a film and not anime.
Well, no, this was a manga.
No, originally a manga.
Originally a manga.
Anime, then movie.
Not anime.
It went straight to film.
Well, yeah, there was no, this was made in the early 70s, so it's like, anime's still not that big in Japan yet, right? So... They make live action. Mm-hmm. These are live action adaptations, and it's
like the early 70s.
Yeah.
Okay, because like the later 70s is when you had like Monkey Punch making Lupin Sansei, and he made the comics for so long, and then went from comic straight to like anime. But then they had the anime TV show for the longest time until they started making movies in like the early or mid '80s, I think.
Well, that's Miyazaki's one of Miyazaki's early works. I don't know if it's
the Castle of Castro.
Cagliostro,
Is
I
that it?
think,
Cagliostro, yeah.
maybe. So, yeah, but that was one of Miyazaki's early works. But Lone Wolf and Cub 6-film series. It was so popular that it even had like a TV show running concurrently while the films were coming out. You know, the TV show is a little more. It's not as violent or bloody.
Oh, of course.
I've never seen the TV show. But those films are incredible. And, yeah.
Awesome. So, okay, that's going to lead me to this question. Let's see. Everybody says that Akira is the best Japanese anime and manga. Like, number one. Across the board. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, I don't know about, like, I'm not into, like, ranking what's the best thing or, you know, because I think those things are sort of, like, they don't serve the art that, you know, it's all subjective anyway. So, of course, Akira's a fucking incredible manga. It's a fucking dope anime, and it might almost represent anime in Japan before the bubble bursts, the economic bubble. It's like the peak of, you know, it's the peak of the art form of anime. And then sort of the
came out when I was in junior high school.
The Japanese economic bubble bursts, and there's not maybe as much money to ever put into anime again. Maybe that's sort of speculation on my part, but
I never thought about it like that.
You know, it's definitely one of the peaks of the art form, and at one time it was the highest grossing not just anime of all time, film of all time in Japan. So it's got like a lasting cultural legacy. Yeah, it's even the soundtrack of Akira is an incredible work of art.
Oh god, the beginning's the best.
And I actually saw a performance of the soundtrack a few months ago.
Oh wow.
In Nakano, like
in Nakano?
Yeah.
Wow. Was that Heavy Sick? Was that Heavy Sick?
No. It was one of these big places that it's a bit away from Broadway Mall and the station, but it was like a hall, sit down seats.
Really?
Like
people wearing suits?
Well, there was like 40 to 60 people in the orchestra, or however you would call it. There was a lot of part of the soundtrack is made by Indonesian gamelons. And then that in combination with digital or electronic instruments, and that was fucking awesome.
That must have been amazing. Okay, I heard a rumor.
What?
Okay, and this rumor may or may not be true because it's a rumor. But apparently, possibly, maybe, supposedly, hypothetically, Netflix is spending a shit ton of money making Akira.
Live action?
Live action.
I have heard that, yeah.
And they want it to be just like Ghost in the Shell, but they want it to be a 4-episode series. Like every episode's like 2 hours. So it's going to be kind of like, like how the comic book is. The comic book, there's like 6 books, right? But instead of 6
Well, I
movies,
think it's 8 sort of collections, right? A collection of 8.
Isn't it? I thought it was 6 books.
Well, it could be different in Japan and the U.S. I think the Dark Horse series, it was 8 books. Could be different in Japan.
Well, I had the hard copies. But anyway, that's nor here nor there.
Sure,
but anyway,
sure.
So, all right. Do you think that somebody, Netflix, should actually do a live version? Or do you think that's just something that shouldn't be touched?
I'm not a guy who's like, why make it again because the original is so awesome. Like, if you can do a good job and remake something again, like, and do an awesome remake, more power to you. Like the Maltese Falcon, that's a great, awesome film.
The black and white one with
Humphrey
Bogart?
Yes.
They remade it?
Well, no. the Maltese Falcon with Humphrey Bogart is actually a remake, and it was actually remade at least once. You know, the Maltese Falcon that we're all familiar with and love, that is actually a remake. So there's a previous it's called a pre-code version that came out in the 30s, and that was like the original Maltese Falcon. I think there's even some weird sort of comedy version that even came out before the one we all know and love. So I'm not against remakes, but they've got to be done well, and often they aren't. You know, and like it seems like Netflix has had a few failures, sort of trying to adapt anime, but you know they do that in Japan as well, right? They sort of try to make live action versions of anime, and sometimes.
Oh, like GTO?
What could be that, or they did
terrible.
Attack on Titan, and
Really?
yeah, and. I'm not sure how well it works, you know.
I would love to see a One Piece.
Well, so, you know, even Japan does it, and it's not like, okay, Netflix is making a film. Whatever you feel about it or however you think about it is fine. But, like, it's not like they're doing it against the creator's wishes. Like...
No,
you know, it's like...
No, don't do it! Fuck you, we're Netflix.
Otomo is giving his permission, he's cashing the check, and so it's not like it's not what he wants, you know? So...
No, once you get that Netflix money, who gives a fuck?
Well, I mean...
Fuck art, man. Fucking Netflix, they got all the money in the world. Even when their stock goes down, they fucking just invest more money in themselves. It's crazy.
And I mean, you know, and I'm sure that, you know, when they're pitching it to Otomo... Like, it all sounds good, and they're gonna do they're telling them they're gonna do an awesome job, and I'm sure they intend to, but, you know, it's not always executed, perhaps, like, as we all would like. And
well, you never know.
Hey,
man, Netflix has got a lot of good stuff on there.
I'd love to see a dope version of Akira. The thing is, do they even have Akira on the platform?
What do you mean?
Like, can you watch Akira on Netflix? Like the anime? You can.
So,
okay, cool. That's...
It's either... I've seen it recently. I think it's on either Netflix or on Hulu, but it's on one or the other.
Interesting. So, I mean...
Actually, probably Netflix. They got a huge anime section.
They do have a big anime section.
Yeah.
I hope it works. I hope it's good and it's dope and it puts more eyes on, like, the original anime or on the comic, you know? It sort of... rises the tide of the comic or makes it more popular.
You know, that's a good way of looking at it, I guess. Man, all right, speaking of a good thing, tell us about your Kickstarter.
All right, yeah, well, we currently have a Kickstarter going on. Maybe there's about... well, I don't know when this will be posted. There's
tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Quick turnaround, Johnny. Maybe about 9 days left. We've reached our funding, which is great.
9 days left?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm going to do it tonight.
Well, so, you know, the nice thing is we've made our funding. And so...
Oh, you reached your goal.
Yeah, we reached our goal.
Yay!
So
you don't even have to be here.
Come pie. Hey,
come
man.
Pie with shitty fake
But I
beer.
get to hang out with my old pal. So, we've reached our funding, so it's great. But, you know, our comic was previously... We had a publisher. And a weird thing, man... and I hope I don't
Marvel?
sound... Yeah, no.
Dark Horse.
Small
Image.
independent publisher named It's Alive. Unfortunately, and I don't mean to make light of this situation, our publisher passed away.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Well, you know, I'm not...
Oh, it's terrible.
That thoughts go out to his friends and family.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this dude was the best businessman.
Okay, well,
all right, and
you
I mean,
have to throw that in there.
Well, you know, this is part of his reputation, and, you know, if you... I'm not going to...
fucking up his legacy.
I'm not going to name any names, but that's part of his... You know, if you know about It's Alive and the publisher of It's Alive, and you, like, Google him, you're going to find out, like, a little bit about him. And, hey, I didn't know him personally, but as a businessman, perhaps he had some failings, okay? Like, that's... That's
Who
all.
doesn't?
That's all I'll say.
Okay.
And,
So, all right. So basically, you had a publisher, but
perhaps he didn't serve us well.
okay, and now you don't have a publisher, so you've got a Kickstarter. What's going on with the Kickstarter? What are you guys using that for?
Well, we're just sort of using it to fund the publishing of the book. Okay, so
You guys are like full on DIY right now.
we're going DIY. We're selling T-shirts and some of John's toys.
I wanna buy a
and,
T-shirt. Where can I buy a T-shirt and toys? Do you have a website?
You could buy those off of our website as well, or on you can buy those on the Kickstarter as well.
Oh, so the Kickstarter, basically from there, you can buy merchandise.
Yeah,
and you can support
everything you can buy on our website. Probably there's more stuff on our Kickstarter right now than are actually on our website. So there's like cool little things you can buy. You can buy original art from John Gebbia.
Cool.
You can buy some of John's toys. You can buy T-shirts.
Cool, very
And
cool.
If you got
love T-shirts,
$225, you can fucking be in dose.
You can be in dose.
You can be in dose. You can have your likeness in dose. You can be a kaiju that you create. You can appear as a kaiju in the comic if you wanted.
That is fucking
And not only that, you would get like every sort of piece of dose merchandise. Like you get all the
Wait,
shirts.
how much does that cost?
$225.
$225. You can be in dose and you get a couple of T-shirts.
You can be
Fuck yeah, dude.
immortalized in a comic book and live out your dreams for the low price of $225. It's like a $200 savings because you get all the T-shirts, all the toys, stickers. You get a piece of original artwork from John Gebbia.
That's awesome.
You get comics. And you get stickers and all that good stuff. But, hey, that might not be within everyone. There's only one. Only one person can get that prize, so to speak. But any of those things you can get on the Kickstarter, the T-shirts, the toys, the art, any of those you can get separately. They're pretty... I will say that I think... what we're offering on the Kickstarter is a pretty good value, a pretty good deal. We're not trying to rip anyone off here. We're just trying
there's like different levels though, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there's 225, that's the maximum. What is the lowest that somebody can like...
Well, I think you could donate $1 if you wanted, or $5. For $10, you can get a dose comic autographed by John Gebbia sent to your home.
That's pretty cool too.
And it's not bad.
That's not bad at all, man.
That's pretty good.
Now, all right. So, what is the Kickstarter? Like, is it like Kickstarter like / dose? I mean, it's going to be. If you're all right, faders right now, go into the show notes. Go in the show notes right below in the little text or whatever, and it's going to be right there at the bottom. So
I guess Johnny will provide a link, or if you have the Kickstarter app, you just go on the app, or you go on the website and you type in dose, DOSE. It'll pop up.
Awesome.
And you could see all the stuff that I've been talking about. And, let's say it's the holidays. You don't have any money, Johnny.
I don't have any money.
You spend a lot. You blew all your cash on your lovely wife, or let's say our listeners don't have, things are tight right now, right?
Yeah,
inflation is high.
It is.
The price of beer is going up.
I know.
Hey, go to our website, dosecomic.com. You can read first 4 issues of Dose, all the issues that exist. You can read those for free. You can go to another comics hosting website, Zestworld. You type in Dose in the search bar. You can read Dose for free. And on Zestworld, there's like, it's sort of a Netflix of free comics, like you're not downloading something illegally. There's all kinds of dope comics on there. You can check out Dose. You can read a bunch of fucking dope comics for free. Hey, you don't have any money? We don't fucking care. Go read a comic. Hope you enjoy it. And, that's that.
That's pretty punk rock, man.
Well, that's what I say. I want people to read the comic and tell their friends about it. And, I'd rather you read it for free than not read it. So
wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. It's a great perspective. Most people don't do that. I probably wouldn't do that. I'm donate $1. Oh man. Dude, that answers all my questions. That's basically it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, well, do you have any questions for me?
Well, what's going on, Johnny?
Yeah, I just drank 2 cans of
you feel
not
better?
near beer. No, I think my stomach hurts. No, I would love a sip of that. Yeah, I think my stomach feels terrible right now. Well, I feel bad. I think I sold my soul by drinking
what
this.
If I press your belly?
No, please don't.
Come on, it'll make you feel bad. That's what they did in the old days.
Yeah, they used to bleed people too.
The doctor would give you a hard shove in the tummy.
That wasn't the tummy
Dude,
back in the day.
that'll get the air out. And you'll feel better.
Oh, it's not air, it's an infection. I've got painkillers here that the doctor gave me, but they're fucking weak as shit.
I don't know, man. I don't think those are good for your stomach. Let me see those. I gotta read the instructions.
Yeah, it says take 2 when you have pain, and I've already taken almost all of them. But anyway, so if that's your question, that's your answer.
Well, yeah. Well, what are you working on art-wise, Johnny? How about this, Johnny? What are you looking forward to in the new year, man? What's going on? What's going on with Got Faded Japan, or what's going on with Got Faded? What are your sort of New Year's resolutions? What do you want to accomplish in the new year, bro?
Okay, that's like 6 questions.
Well, all right, but I think you understand the gist. Whoa, dude.
Are you looking at your stocks?
No, this is no, dude. I just checked the crowdfunding and it jumped to $150. So
that's cool, man. Maybe somebody listening right now just did
that. So somebody listening live.
I need that shirt.
Right.
I want to be in Dose.
I wonder if someone just popped. I wonder if someone just popped on the grand prize of Dose, and they're gonna be a kaiju in the comic or appear in the comic.
I think
who knows?
Awesome.
There was just a big jump. So
cool.
One of the cool, can I just say something?
I would love for you to say something.
I asked a bunch of questions, and I'm gonna interrupt you.
No.
But
it's my show, your episode.
When you're doing a crowdfunding, it sort of gets it's like you sort of get addicted to checking on it frequently.
No, like when you first start investing in stocks or Bitcoin or whatever. Every 5 minutes, you're like, oh, it's down 2 points.
Well, it's just weird because sometimes the crowdfunding, it'll sort of hit a plateau and it doesn't move for a while, and you start thinking, oh my god, this thing's stuck, nobody's gonna contribute anymore. Shit. And then sometimes it just keeps slowly moving up, and that's fucking awesome. We love that, and we're happy with what's sort of transpired, and people seem to dig the crowdfunding campaign, so we're very happy.
That's super
Thank
cool,
you for everyone who's contributed. We love you. And
oh no, I can't compie. I've got near beer.
Oh, well, that's all right. That's
all right.
not.
Cheers.
You can compie with some juice.
Fake beer.
Have you been drinking cranberry juice, Johnny?
No, man. No, it's an infection. The cranberry just won't do anything. Maybe
are you sure, man? I mean,
red.
you'll feel better.
I don't know, man. I'm just doing what the doctors tell me. I just do what they tell me.
Well, that's you gotta. Let's listen to the doctor.
Yeah, let's listen to the doctor.
Well, yeah. What do you look? What you got? Any New Year's resolutions? What you just ended you just organized a successful art exhibition in Tokyo.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Brought together a lot of cool and interesting people. So you sort of achieved maybe a new level in terms of what you want to do in terms of organizing art events. You're always creating art. So what are you looking forward to in 2023? What do you want to accomplish? What are some of your resolutions for
I'm going to spend more time in my studio focusing on my artwork. I've got a couple of styles that I've been working on. My Popsicle style has been absolutely amazing. I want to get it better. I just want to keep on doing as much as I can in that style. I want to, like the style behind us, this the blacklight artwork and stuff. I want to do that more. I've got some shows lined up in the near future, in the next couple of weeks. I've got another Tokyo Art Tank happening in 5 months. I've got 25 artists that I want to book, and then I'm flying in.
How about the great Jay Holmes? Will he be there?
I hope so.
Yeah,
dude. Jay Holmes is awesome. Love that guy. But yeah, we're flying in the artist Jesse from Paris, France, and he's going to be showing his artwork. He's a really big tattoo artist over there. He's like famous for portraits. It's really cool.
Will he be bringing his girlfriend?
I don't know if he has a girlfriend.
I mean, is that Jesse's girl?
Jesse. I wish I was a Jesse's girl. Yeah,
which is a weird song because it's like a dude pining for his friend's girlfriend.
Don't do that.
I mean, why not just
blood?
Why not just go for a different chick?
Yeah, I mean it's an LA band. There's a lot of girls in LA. They probably all look like Jesse's girl.
You know, like you're.
I always want a girl.
Don't fall in love with your fucking buddy's girlfriend. What a fucking scumbag move.
Dude, that happened to me, man. Oh yeah, a girl broke up with me, and she basically, let's just do air quotes, dated. Like, a big percentage of my friends.
I heard
that.
I heard about that.
Oh god, that's horrible.
Well,
you lose a girlfriend and all your friends.
Well, here's the thing.
You gotta leave the country after that. Take my word.
Here's the thing. I've heard about that, Johnny. She probably did you a favor, dude.
She definitely did. I looked her up about a couple of years ago. I saw her picture. I was like, dodged a bullet. Oh, yeah. Holy smokes. My wife is awesome. So,
the years have not been kind, or is that
not
what you're
at all.
saying?
Yeah, jeez.
She have a lot of city miles, as they say?
I don't even know, man. Who cares? I wish her and her family the best of luck. And whatever.
Right.
Anyway, but so... Jesse's girl. So Jesse's coming. The artist Jesse. Sorry. I've got that. Got Fit in Japan. We got a lot of really amazing guests planned for the show. We're going to keep on rocking and rolling for Got Fit in Japan. Hopefully, this is going to be the last episode that anybody drinks this fucking bullshit. This
all free
Suntory.
All free. It says all free, but it costs more than you think.
Yeah, it cost me my dignity.
Well, no. Gosh. You gotta take a break every once in a while, but
yeah, if you're gonna take a break from beer, you shouldn't drink like fake beer. You should drink like, I don't know, like coffee. You can't go wrong with coffee.
So you can't even drink coffee?
No, I can drink coffee. Yeah.
Well, that's not good for your stomach, bro.
No, coffee's fine. Yeah,
the caffeine. That's no good, dude.
Well, no, it's not my stomach. It's like my intestines.
Well,
it's like an
I don't
infection.
know if it's not good for your stomach. How's it good for your intestines?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
All right. I'm not a doctor either.
Yeah, you sound like my lawyer.
Dude, well,
I wish you were there when the doctors tell me all this shit.
All right.
Tell me I have a clitoris in my stomach.
That's when I'd first start asking questions.
Isn't it supposed to feel good? It feels bad.
It's just a sensei. Google Translate onegaishimasu.
No, but it's the same thing. It's like a lot of diseases in English are the same in Japanese and vice versa.
Well, that's true. I think all doctors, and I used to date a nurse. She had to she learned. You have to learn English to become a nurse and a doctor.
No, I guess to a degree you should know because I mean a lot of like the aliments are in Latin, like bones or whatever,
or
clavicles,
femur. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is in English. So
so I guess they have to.
All right.
So anyway, but we got a lot of big things planned.
Next time you need a lawyer when you go to the doctor, let me know. I sometimes help some friends as a personal advisor. Or, as they say in Italian culture,
take 2 of these. You say, "Don't do it."
I sometimes act for special people in my life as a consigliere, as they say in Italian, and advisor.
A consultant. All right, gotcha. So wait, which hospital do you go to? Do you go to like a local doctor in Koenji, or do you go to like Shinjuku since it's closer? Shinjuku's got a lot of good hospitals.
I've gotten up. You've got to do the health check every year. I've got my health check.
I haven't done that in a couple of years.
A couple of days, and
oh really? Are you going to do the
Tokyo Midtown Clinic or something? Or I don't know.
Tokyo Midtown Clinic. Wow. Okay.
I'm not sure. That's what it's sort of my company advises me to go there.
Well, you should. But wait, is it where they put the camera down your throat?
No. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do to me.
They're probably.
I don't even know if I'm seeing a real doctor.
Really? Yeah, your company's send him to Kawasaki.
Yeah. It's a Midtown Clinic. I mean,
Midtown Kawasaki.
Yeah. Does that sound like a legitimate business to you, Midtown?
Clinic.
It could be a place in Golden Guy. Where
it's better than downtown Clinic.
Well, I mean,
that would be Golden Guy.
you go
don't
there.
Know.
I mean, they stick a camera up your ass, and that's just a fun Saturday night.
Yeah. No. It would be like that scene in Goodfellas. Remember, like at the very end, where like Henry Hill's wife is there meeting Jimmy, and he's like, "Yeah, I got some fur coats for you. It's over there in the alley."
Yeah, this way.
Go in there.
Yeah, no, this way. And she walks off. Yeah. That's sort of a part of the film.
That's gonna be your doctor. Your doctor's like, yeah, go in the alleyway over there. And there's be a couple of dudes like, hey, he's coming.
Yeah. And then she takes, Karen leaves. That's sort of a part of the film. No one knows exactly what's going on. It's like, is Jimmy trying to kill her?
What's going on?
There's the thing, like she probably knows a bit about Jimmy Conway, and the
Jimmy the Jet,
what they're doing, but like.
Dude, the guy's a sociopath.
That's not. They don't get to Henry Hill. So, like,
how do you get to the man that's gonna fucking turn your life upside down? You get to his wife.
Well, maybe, but yeah. Anyway, that
was a scary scene.
People don't always know how to interpret it. I mean, it seems obvious, but there are some questions like, was Jimmy really trying to kill her, or what exactly was
sending
going on
a message?
Maybe.
Possibly. Maybe he had a couple of coats back there.
It's hard to know exactly what. Yeah, we got some.
If you've got some stolen goods, you keep them in the alleyway.
Get
going.
Yeah, no, over. And he's doing this thing with his hand, like, no, over there.
The George Costanza like this.
Yeah, over there. And then, like, she did. No, I'm fine, I got an appointment. I gotta go, Jimmy.
I gotta get my teeth done.
Yeah. So
I've got a root canal in my ear.
Karen, she trusted her intuition there.
Always trust your gut, unless your gut's fucked up like mine. Then don't trust that.
Here, Johnny, let me help you with that.
No, please don't. Seriously.
Come on, we're having fun here, Johnny. You told me no, I wouldn't do it.
Thank you.
It's just sportsmanship.
You know, if one of my co-hosts were here, he would definitely do it.
Oh, well.
Holy Jesus. Probably break a couple of my ribs.
Yeah, well, we should do a podcast in the future with my old friend Tom and...
Well, we can't do Jeremy unless we go to Fukuoka, which eventually that's in the cards, too.
I'd like to do that.
I would love to go to Fukuoka. Have you ever been to Fukuoka?
I have.
Have you really? What was your opinion of Fukuoka?
Well, it's weird because it was the first time this is like a long time ago, the first time I ever came to Japan. Before I knew you, and
in the 80s?
Well, no. I stayed with the first family I ever taught English to, and they lived in Fukuoka, and I'm like, yo, go to Fukuoka. Like, it's like a 8-hour ride on the Shinkansen. It's like, for a short trip, going to Fukuoka and back's probably not a good idea. It's like, I learned a few things about travel. Yeah, I learned things about traveling. Like, you don't need, like, there's enough to do in Tokyo. You don't need to be going all around Japan. But that being said, Fukuoka was beautiful, lush, green mountains. I went to 400-year temples. I learned a lot. It was cool.
No, see, the one thing about Japan that I really love is going out into the countryside. I mean, for the first couple of years when I first moved to Japan, I was all about Tokyo. So I was like, Tokyo or nothing. I fucking love Tokyo, this or that. But you get to a point, after living in Tokyo, where it's just like, leaving Tokyo is sometimes really, really, really necessary, And when you leave Tokyo, going to the countryside, like, for example, you've got Izu, you've got Niigata, you've got, even Ibaraki's got some amazing places.
Yeah.
Atami's great. Yeah,
I mean, you can't go wrong, really, right?
Yeah,
there's lush, beautiful nature.
The people are different there, too. They're way, way more relaxed, laid back.
I've heard that.
They love to drink. It's great. They're pretty much like
that, though. That sounds like Koenji. Like, it's different culture than Tokyo, and like people are laid back and they like to drink.
Well, I don't know about laid back, but the thing is, like, every station's got its own like personality, right? But when you go to like the countryside, like when you go to like deep Niigata, dude, it's like a different planet. It's so beautiful, man. It's just like the mountains, the air, the food. Like, oh god, it's great. And the people there are like really not kind, but friendly.
Sure.
Well, maybe they're kind too, but they're like really friendly. We're like, it kind of reminded me of like Thailand. You know, I go into a supermarket and all of a sudden 3 people smile at me and I'm like, what, is my fly down? What's going on?
Right.
Something in my teeth? What's going on here? You know?
Yeah, I got boogers hanging out of my
Yeah. They're like very, very, very friendly and stuff.
Yeah,
they ask you if you need help. You know, I'm looking at the beer section, like, do you need any help? I'm like, yeah, can I have everything?
Yeah, well,
I want everything now.
I don't get a chance to. It's like work and comic book stuff and partying or.
Yeah.
The thing with Tokyo is, and not to brag about Tokyo. Of course, we love Tokyo, but
we love Tokyo.
There's always something going on, and now things are sort of opening back up again, and it's like, okay. This night, there's 3 dope things going on that I'd love to go to. Yeah. And it's hard. I want to go to both, and you try to go to both, and maybe sometimes that works or it doesn't, but like, there's always dope stuff going on. So for me, it's hard to leave the city.
That's true.
It's like, I want to go to wrestling. I want to go to a heavy metal show.
Yeah,
you want to go to wrestling soon, dude?
I would love to go to wrestling.
Yeah,
Is there a death match happening soon? I fucking love.
There's stuff happening with that all the time. Let's talk about it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Love the death matches.
But so, wrestling, heavy metal, comic book events, museum exhibitions, friends bands playing. There's always something going on. That's why we love it here. But it's hard to sort of detach and go commune with nature. It probably is highly beneficial.
You should go to Zushi. It's a little cold now, but Zushi, going to the beach over there, if you go there in the off season, like there's nobody there, dude. It's like really, really, really peaceful.
Yeah, well, cold ass beach. I don't know, bro. I mean, I'd rather go to fucking Sapporo where it's snowing. It's really cold.
It is really snowing up there right now. Niigata is snowing quite a bit too. I saw the fucking news. I was like, oh Jesus, I'm not running a car. But
yeah, dude, that'd be I think compared to the U.S., like, driving's pretty chill, right? Like, it's a little bit
driving chill in Japan.
I don't know if it's chill, but like, dude, California, like, everybody's driving 90. People are, you don't drive fast enough. People are flipping you off. I mean, like, one thing, I don't ever want to fucking drive a car again.
Driving, there's a liberty in driving in Japan.
Yeah,
because,
sure.
Like, get this, man. All right, so in September, my wife and I and a couple of friends, we rented a cabin in the woods, kind of like the movie, right? And it was up in Niigata, and we took this, the bullet train, Shinkansen, all the way to Niigata.
Here, let me check my phone. I guess I missed that invite, bro.
No, well, wait. You don't have a girlfriend. It's like a couple's thing.
Oh, well. How do you know? Maybe I had a girlfriend back then.
I don't think so. But anyway, I'll invite you next time. I had to bust your chops. No. So, but anyway, like this cabin, like to get there and stuff, you have to rent a car and you got to drive up this mountain. And this cabin is on the side of a mountain, dude. And it's literally on the side of a mountain. It's like this cabin, and then they got this deck. And I don't know why they have this, but the deck goes all the way to the edge, right? And there's like no handles or anything like that. And you walk up to the edge and you look down and you're at the edge of a mountain. You're like, holy shit. All right, guys. All right.
Yeah, sometimes Japan, they're like safety standards. Like, yeah, we don't need them.
Well, a lot of parts of Asia are like that.
Yeah.
Have you been to Thailand?
It's just like,
holy shit.
I think they don't have like you can't get sued. So like, you're fucking around at your own risk. Which may be
it's part of the fun. It was much fun. Oh my God, it was like the best experience ever. But if I didn't have a driver's license, we could have never done that.
Sure.
What am I going to do? Rent or like, what's called, get a taxi in Niigata?
I wonder, can you, yeah, I mean, the taxi service might be expensive, but is there a service where you can rent someone, like, a service that's not as expensive as a taxi, but someone will drive you?
It's called hitchhiking.
Well, that's
I've got 2 thumbs and they stick up.
So it's interesting. My company has a sort of mansion in Atami that the employees are all sort of allowed to reserve.
You should do it.
Oh, I have done it with other employees and coworkers, and it is a dope mansion. And they even have a sort of concierge who will pick you up and drive you to the mansion
during
certain hours.
Some
And,
onsens are like that too.
it's pretty fucking dope.
Go to Izu, yeah, it's weird. They'll pick you up in like a minivan, and it looks like a little bit sketchy because like the windows are all tinted, and you're like,
Well, this guy's American, so he is not, and he's a cool ass dude, Rashad, and he'll pick you up and.
Cool.
So that's kind of cool. Like, I should take advantage of that more.
You should.
Tommy's got like a monster film festival. Did you know that?
A monster,
Like
film
a
festival.
kaiju film festival.
Really, like movies from the 70s.
Yeah, or I don't know. It depends on what the programmer feels like playing. But yeah, it's just like they'll play fucking Godzilla movies or
Oh, that's cool.
or.
Hopefully, it's the classic ones and not any of the new ones.
No, it's like classic shit.
Good.
So next year, I want to sort of get the Sky Lodge, rent that out.
Yeah, let me know, man. I'll drive.
Well, you can't. I mean,
Well, rent a car.
no. I mean, here's the thing: you can
Only problem is you can't.
you
drink.
can take the Shinkansen, and then the fucking concierge will pick you up,
okay,
take you to
there
the
go.
mansion, and if it's within the right. You can't do it late night. Like, hey, midnight, can you take me to a...
It's probably 9 to 5
Yeah, it's
or
like,
something.
yeah, a little bit like that. Or you could schedule it, and we should go to the film festival, dude.
I would like that. Was it like is that old school where they have a projector or something, or is it like is it outside?
I believe so. Yeah.
So you go to the countryside and they do like a lot of really cool shit where they have like community movies and stuff. Like way back in the day that they used to do in the States, where they'll have like a big wall or something, and they have a projector and you can watch like an old movie, like a Muppets movie or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think this is like in a theater, but yeah.
Outside is sometimes better.
It could be.
It's more
sure.
fun.
It's November. What's the weather like?
Oh, November? October, November. No, fuck that, dude.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but they do it in a real fucking theater. That's the point, Johnny.
That's cool, though.
That's
That's
the point.
really cool. Shit, man. All right.
What's
Sean,
going on? What's going on here?
Dude, I think it's time.
What?
Dude,
What?
time's up, man.
What,
Fucking,
dude?
we gotta get out of here.
Time
Dude,
keeps on slipping into the future, dude.
I know it sucks, doesn't it?
Well,
Why doesn't
I
it
mean,
slip in the past?
Sometimes it's good, dude.
It is kind of good sometimes. Live in the moment. Dude, thank you so much for being on the show, dude.
Thanks. Good to hang out, dude. Good to
Yeah.
fucking party and
kind of party, but yeah.
yeah.
Near
Half-ass,
beer.
half-ass.
I don't think I've ever been this
party
sober on Cafe to
on
Japan.
your end.
Oh,
But,
gosh.
we'll do it next time. We'll get really fucking
Oh, I would love that. Yeah, let's definitely do that. That'd be a lot of fun.
with Tom.
With Tom, yeah, fuck yeah, we'll do it with Tom. Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
But whatchamacallit?
That'll be
yes.
good to see good old Tom again.
Tom's doing good, doing really good. You
Yeah,
just
it's
got a
good.
new computer for Christmas from Santy Johnny. So, dude,
What?
plug your comic one more time and plug the.
all right, Dose Comic.
There we
Check
go.
it out online for free.
Boom.
You read it for free. Enjoy it. Tell your friends about it. If you feel like buying physical goods, you can check out the Kickstarter. It's still live. Yeah, you can buy all kinds of toys, shirts, comics, original art. You can maybe appear in the comic. I don't know. Maybe somebody
T-shirts.
just T-shirts. Show your Dose Pride. Yeah, and but if you don't have any money, just fucking read the comic. Go to dosecomic.com. Get on Kickstarter. Check it out. Hey, you could just donate $1. That helps us. Donate $5 or fuck that. Just read the comic for free.
That's fucking awesome, dude. I really appreciate that, dude. I mean, fucking, that's super punk rock.
Well,
Fucking
hey,
to the
man.
bone. Hell
Thanks,
yeah.
bud.
Dude, thank you so much for being on the show. Faders, thank you so much for listening to this
Thanks
episode.
for listening. Thanks for listening to the long-winded.
People love that shit. They
answers
want
to
to get the
questions.
information.
Wow.
They need the information. More, the longer
Is
the
that
better.
right?
The
That's
longer
what
the
my-
better.
That's what my grandma used to say. Is that right?
That is right.
And
That
she'd say
is
it
right.
like that.
So, Faders, you know what to do. Go to iTunes, give us a 5-star review. Go to YouTube where you can watch this episode for free.
You can stare at our grills.
You can. Yeah, we got very interesting lighting today. And yes, definitely go to Patreon.
Internet.
Yes, go to the Patreon. Support the show. $5 gives you the keys to the city. We got tons of stuff up there. Stuff that's too hot for the dark nets. That's a fact, Jack.
Dude, have you heard of? There's a thing now. You've heard of the
the ether web?
dark net, right?
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah. Well, now there's a darker net. Did you?
Is there a dark? Is that true?
Nah, I just made that up.
Really?
Yeah.
It's called Pornhub. All right, stay away.
It's the darker net.
The darker net. It probably is.
It's like a level of depravity below the dark net.
I don't even want to go there. Keep me away from there. I've got enough problems. But, yeah, Faders. And also, of course, we have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. We got tons of free stuff, tons of free content that's being uploaded every single day. So, yeah, definitely check all that stuff up. And, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to get 1,000 people out there.
Oh, yeah, I heard 1,000 people. You get
you get to watch a lot of content.
Yeah. 1,000 people. Tell your friends.
Yeah, definitely tell a friend too. Faders, Thank you so much. On that note, peace. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
Cheers.